Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to be diving into the world of WebTV, the thin client platform from the mid to late 90s that brought that newfangled World Wide Web thing to the comfort of your living room. With the purchase of a set-top box like this, and of course a monthly subscription, you were minutes away from browsing all that the web had to offer right on your TV. And because of that, WebTV became a really great way for people who didn't have a computer or couldn't afford one to still experience the internet. You could use your existing TV, you didn't need to have any extra hardware, and the set-top boxes themselves cost around $300 initially, which was far more affordable than even a low-end PC at the time. Of course, this wasn't a full-on PC replacement, but WebTV did allow you to browse the web, send and receive email, create your own web pages, join chat rooms, and even play Doom, on certain models at least, so it was a pretty capable alternative. Now the unit that I have here is the Philips Magnavox MAT972A1, glorious name of course, and it's one of the WebTV Plus models. These started shipping in September of 1997, a few months after Microsoft acquired the company, and they brought some welcomed improvements to the platform. Arguably the biggest thing was the inclusion of a TV tuner, which enabled you to watch TV while browsing the web via picture-in-picture. They also added a 1.1 gig hard drive to these things for storing local data like TV listings, which gave you a weekly view of TV channel schedules, and you could even have WebTV tell your VCR to begin recording a show right when it comes on. They also dropped the price of the original WebTV units a bit because this model sold for $300 when it came out, and the cool thing about this particular unit I've got here is it has never been opened before. That's the wrong side. The seal is on this side right here. Yeah, it's never been opened before, so this is a new old stock unit. I was very lucky to find this one. So today what I thought we would do is unbox this thing, explore what you would have received, and kind of relive the unboxing experience as if you had purchased this back in 1997. And then later on in the video I'll be showing you some of the really awesome stuff that a few people in the WebTV community have been working on. Because yes, there's still an active community around these things, and even though Microsoft shut down the service that made WebTV and later MSN TV boxes work back in 2013, there have been some attempts to create custom servers to get a little bit of functionality out of these boxes in the modern day. But none of them that I've seen are as close to being like the original service as what I'll show you later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's go ahead and cut this 25-year-old seal off of this package and open this up for the first time. Of course, I'm a little nervous to do this, but let's go ahead and do it. There's no turning back now. There we go. The seal is broken, and let's open this up and relive the WebTV unboxing experience. So, we'll open it up, and it looks like, right off the bat, we've got a little package full of cables and some documentation. So we'll set this aside, and we're going to take everything out of the box first before I individually go through what we have. Right here, if the box doesn't try to close on me. Right here we have the WebEye. This is an IR receiver and a little LED indicator that you could run to set on top of your TV set or wherever else. You can see, of course, part of the styrofoam is stuck to the cable. It's always an indication of these things that have been in this box for so long. So we got a piece of styrofoam there. We'll go ahead and take out the main box itself. And is there anything else in the box? It doesn't look like it other than a bunch of pieces of styrofoam. So here it is. Here is the Philips Magnavox WebTV box. We can get the model number again. I've already forgotten it on the back here. It is the MAT972A101 with a date code of January 1998. Now, taking a look at the port selection on the back here, of course, with this having a TV tuner built in, we've got composite and coax in addition to composite and coax out. We've also got S-video out. You've got your AC input over here. This is where you plug in the WebEye. You've got a channel 3 and 4 switch. We've got a mic and IR blaster, your phone line, of course, or where you would plug in your phone line rather, because that's how the thing connects to the internet. And you have a printer port as well, which which is super useful for hooking up a printer to this thing, because yeah, you could print out web pages and such. I do want to mention something neat about the composite input though, because obviously you could hook up any composite source to this, right, like a game console. And one of the neat things is with the functionality where you can create web pages, you could actually take a live snapshot of whatever your composite source is outputting to this box. And you could just take a snapshot of that and include it in your website, which is pretty great. So yeah, that's the port selection. They also tout on the box that you can set this thing up however you want. You can set it flat like this, you can stand it up on the other side, or even, you know, have it like this if you wanted to. I don't know why you would want to, but, you know, theoretically you could. Yeah, we'll set the WebEye right here for now, and we'll take a look at all of this glorious documentation, because we've got a lot of it in here. And, ooh, we've got some batteries in there. We'll have to check the expiration date on those. And some packaging code or whatnot. We're going to go ahead and just cut it open here. And we'll take a look at what we got. So we've got some regulatory stuff, emission notices from the FCC, wonderful. You've got your accessories listing, which is of course always nice when they include this, so you make sure you got everything. And they included like pretty much everything that you need, all the cables, all the hookups. So right here, we've got the IR blaster. This is what hooks up to that input on the back. We've got an S-video cable, we've got your power cable, we have your audio cable here, and there should be a separate, yep, for composite video, so composite audio and video. We have, what is this right here? This is, we got a coax cable, look at that, that's wonderful. And we've got phone line, a pretty long one there, which is always nice. We've got your RJ11 splitter for, you know, if you only had like one phone jack in your living room and you had a phone hooked up in there, well, you could use this to hook up both of them. Right here are the batteries. Let's see if there's a date on these. They are Philips batteries. I don't know how well you can make that out, but it says August of 1999. So yeah, something tells me those are not going to work. And right here we have the remote. So we'll take this out of its glorious chamber here. Remove that, however, 25-year-old tape, whatever it is. And yeah, let's see what we got. Yeah, pretty standard remote. You've got, you know, TV mode, web TV mode, code set, you know, TV buttons, the usual thing you'd expect from a remote. And there's where the two batteries go. Something you probably noticed that's missing is a keyboard, because that's the only thing they did not include, which was rather unfortunate. It was an accessory you had to purchase, and it was really the optimal way to use WebTV for typing out web addresses and all that. So yeah, if you didn't have one of those, you'd have to, you know, just use the on-screen keyboard and, you know, press all these buttons to get to the letter you want, which is wonderful. Yeah, here's your warranty registration, Philips Magnavox Digital Solutions, return the attached card within 10 days. Well, you think they'll still accept it now? Warranty verification, owner confirmation, model registration, eligibility for additional product protection. Hooray. Total freedom from repair bills, fast, convenient, toll-free service, all this stuff. Of course, with this being brand new, it was never mailed in. So yeah, that is everything in the box. So let's go ahead and get this thing all hooked up, and I'll talk about that really awesome custom server that we're going to connect this to. Alright, so I know I just said we're going to connect to the server, but before we do that, I want to briefly go over the setup that we've got here that makes all of this function. And I gotta give a huge thank you to JarHead and Nitrate92. They're the people who are behind this custom revival server, and they got in contact with me shortly after I published my MSN TV 2 video, which was a little bit of an exploration and experimentation video on trying to see if we could get the MSN TV 2 device working with one of these custom servers. Not the same custom server, but a custom server nonetheless. Now that was something that I suspected wasn't going to work, as I said in the video before I even tried to connect it, but it was something that I wanted to confirm regardless. on video, so that's what I tried to do. And sure enough, my assumption was correct, because the MSN TV 2 boxes are entirely different from the MSN TV Gen 1 and WebTV boxes that came before it. It connects to an entirely different service, and it's incompatible with custom servers like this. So that's exactly the same case with this custom server that we're going to connect to here momentarily. You are able to connect WebTV boxes and MSN TV Gen 1 boxes to it, but not MSN TV 2 boxes. So if anybody was curious, that's the situation with that. The other thing worth mentioning is the modem that I used in that video to try and connect the MSN TV 2 box to that custom server, or not a modem, because as it turns out, this actually isn't a modem at all. This right here is a 2-wire PC port phone line adapter. I mean, it certainly looked like a modem. I had this lying around, and that's why I grabbed it, because I was like, oh, this will work just fine. No, it's not even a frickin' modem. So that was a major brain fart on my part. So yeah, we're just going to get rid of that. This particular modem right here is the Dell NW147, which uses the RDO2-D400 chipset. There is a Lenovo branded modem that has the same chipset, which will also work just fine, but one of those is the recommended modem to use because it actually is compatible with DreamPi. And yes, we have DreamPi running on this Raspberry Pi. Now, DreamPi, if you've never heard of it, was created by the Dreamcast community to get the Dreamcast to be able to connect to a custom server and play online in the modern day. And what we have running on the Raspberry Pi 4 that I've got here is a modified version of DreamPi that's designed to work with this WebTV custom server, because the connection process is essentially the same. You need to have a Raspberry Pi running DreamPi, a compatible USB modem, a line voltage inducer, which I've got right here to actually send proper voltage over the phone line, and obviously, in this case, a WebTV box instead of a Dreamcast. Now, it's worth noting that the Dreamcast Live Store sells a USB modem with a built-in line voltage inducer, but it will not work for our purposes here because the line voltage inducer is not strong enough. So you have to build your own, and this is the same one that I created in the WebTV, or not WebTV, the MSN TV 2 video. It's honestly really simple to do. You just have to take a phone cable here and cut the outer jacket open, find one of the ring wires, and then you basically connect the positive and negative ends of a DC transformer here, you know, making sure to use the DC side and not the AC side, and you know, connect them up, and that's pretty much all you have to do. I mean, there are far more detailed tutorial videos on YouTube if you wanted to follow along with one of those, but that's basically the gist of it. Now, one other quick thing worth mentioning, because I did receive some comments on the MSN TV 2 video saying that it wasn't working because I needed to have a DTMF tone generator or like a mini PBX server set up to generate dial tone over the phone line. Of course, we know that it wasn't going to work regardless, because the MSN TV 2 again is just incompatible with these custom servers. So even if I had everything set up properly, it still wasn't going to work. But DreamPi takes care of the dial tone generation, or rather simulation is probably a better word for us, because it comes included with an audio file that contains dial tone, and so it just plays that on loop over the phone line when you have everything set up properly. And so it basically tricks the Dreamcast, or in this case the WebTV box, to think that it's connected to a live phone line when of course it's just simulated dial tone. And we can demonstrate that by using, let me just set the WebTV box aside for now, by using this glorious Decatel desk phone right here. So if I open this up, I absolutely love this thing. We will pick up the receiver, and if you listen to that, yep, that's dial tone. So we'll go ahead and set this guy aside here. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera angle, get the WebTV stuff set up, and we'll connect this thing to the custom server. Alright, so I think it's about time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Certainly the moment this WebTV box has been waiting for the past 25 years. Let's go ahead and power it on. You see I've got the WebEye receiver up there on top of the TV, so it's going to show the same lights that are on the front of the box there. That's basically what it was designed for. So it is, you can set it up on your TV and be able to see those indicator lights a little bit easier if you had the box like somewhere in your entertainment center. And yeah, it is waiting to connect right now. I'm looking at the modem and both lights are on, so that's good. WebTV answering, connecting, looking good. So maybe this is the first time you've ever experienced WebTV. Maybe this is the first time in a long time, and this is kind of bringing back memories for you. This connecting screen here, certainly. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're in the custom server, and we have to go through the account registration process here. First, it gives you a little tutorial here on how to use the remote. So we'll hit continue. And first thing it's going to ask us is, do we have a keyboard? Which in this case, we do not. I didn't end up purchasing one for this video, so we're going to be using the remote, which is going to make this, I think, a more authentic experience because, you know, if you just bought the WebTV itself and not the keyboard, maybe you ended up buying the keyboard down the road, but you're going to have to settle for using the remote, which is super exciting. So we're going to say don't have keyboard. And WebTV service costs $0 per month. Now, there's a subscription price I can get behind. One of the things I want to touch on briefly here, because I know I'll get asked about it in the comments, this custom server right now is not publicly accessible. There are plans to make it publicly accessible to where anybody can connect to it with the WebTV box, but as of right now, it's still in development. There's still some things that have to be done, and so that's why I want to give a huge thank you again to JarHead and Nitrate92 for giving me early access to this so I can demo it for you guys here. But I'll be sure to update you guys through a pinned comment down below when the developers announce a release date, so definitely be sure to check down there for that. But we're gonna hit on continue, and yeah, normally it would display the actual service price here, assuming this was $19.99, which is the time period this server is designed to recreate. This is trying to recreate WebTV as it was in 1999. So we're going to go ahead and type in our name here and use the wonderful remote to go through here and and type out. We're just you know what, we'll just say no, we're going to type out Michael. I was just going to go with M, but I'm going to commit to it here. What's even more exciting is the on-screen keyboard is not QWERTY. It's, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F. It just goes from A to Z, which is so obnoxious because I'm like so used to where keys are on the QWERTY keyboard layout that I'm like, where's H? It's all the way over here. There we go. All right, continue. And it'll ask you for your last name. We'll do MJD in this case. You got to hit that shift button there. MJD. Hooray. So, nope, not... See, I wanted to go up to hit continue. Gotta delete that and hit continue. And hit continue once again. And here's where you get to pick your email address. So, originally, you know, assuming this was $19.99 when you were connecting to the actual server, it would create a webtv.net email address for you. I'm going to actually type out Michael MJD here. Gosh, where's the H at? There, it's like, gosh, it's so bizarre using this keyboard. Okay, A, E, L, M, J is over here, and D is up here. So michaelmjd at webtv.net. In this case, it's not going to create an actual email address. This is just your username on the server here. So michaelmjd at webtv.net, we'll hit continue, and then it asks you to agree to the service agreement. So we'll hit continue, and they have modified this. So you see WebTV terms of service release date January 21st, 2022. And it just says right there, this is a recreation of the WebTV service, originally hosted by WebTV Networks. This server has no affiliation. And I guess it's not on this screen, but on one of the about screens, I believe it actually says this is trying to recreate the WebTV server as of 1999. And yeah, so we're going to hit on enter or just go rather, to get past that screen. And it gives you an option to, you know, make any corrections if you want. So yeah, we'll hit on sign up. And you're finished signing up. And it looks like it's got to do some upgrades. So this is something JarHead did mention to me, because this is a brand new box that's never been connected to the original WebTV server before. The custom server is going to ask it to do an upgrade here, and it is currently receiving part 5 of 53. So this is actually a screen that I've not encountered before in my testing, because I was using another WebTV box for that. We'll touch on that later because that's going to play a pretty major role in one of the things that I want to show you here. Okay, and we're almost done. It's retrieving the last part now, and I think it might ask us to restart. Update is complete, and what? I didn't even get to see what that screen said. It just clicked on, oh no, it's doing it again? I am going to try to power this off and restart it because I don't think it's supposed to do that. So yeah, it had already downloaded it, and then it started to download it again. And so this is, I think, what it started to do. Although now we aren't connected to the server. So this is just doing it locally. And I can definitely hear the hard drive ticking away there. WebTV and Your TV. I don't think I've seen this before. With WebTV, you can write email, gather information, so it tells you, you know, what you can do with it. We'll hit continue. And interactive TV listing. So this was some of the stuff I was mentioning earlier. Yeah, this right here is the way you can view programming schedules, which I think is really awesome, by the way, that this was a feature. This is where that hard drive comes in because it would store the programming schedule data on that. So yeah, and programming your VCR. So this is where the IR blaster comes in, not the IR receiver, the WebEye that we've got on top of the TV right now. The IR blaster you would plug into, well, the IR blaster port on the back of your WebTV box, and it would use that to send commands to your VCR as if you were pressing the record button on your remote control. So that way you could specify a time, like you would go into the programming schedule, find a program you want to record, and then you would go into it and press record, and then WebTV would know at that time period to switch to that channel and then press record or send the record command to your VCR. So it was really cool. And then it briefly talks about the home screen here, which we'll get into in a moment, I believe, right after the remote control thing, perhaps. So yeah, it tells you about the remote control, you know, how to use the remote control pretty much, and on-screen instructions. You'll find instructions about how to set up and use WebTV by choosing help from TV Home. Okay, done. And now, okay, so it takes us to TV Home. So yeah, TV Home, this is, you could configure WebTV to boot up to this instead of automatically connecting to WebTV. So we're not connected as of right now, but this is the mode when you pretty much want to watch TV, right? So you could go here, I could click on this to make it full screen. Of course, if we actually, yeah, seizure warning, by the way. Yeah, if I actually had an antenna or a cable box plugged into this TV, you know, it would display here just like normal. We're going to go back to the menu here, but we do have some additional options here. Web Home will take you to the web mode. You've got settings is where you can configure dialing options and whatnot, and you've got options to set up your VCR or a cable or satellite box through here under this hooking up option. You could adjust how the screen looks, you know, you could center it, move it around, whatever you want to do. Power button, this is where you can choose to connect directly to yeah, so you would check automatically connect if you wanted to start connecting to WebTV right when you power it on instead of going to TV Home. So we'll just leave it at the default setting, and we'll get out of all this, and let's actually connect to WebTV. So to do that, we're going to go to Web Home here. It would actually, and this is one of the nice things too, if you were watching a TV show, it wouldn't switch to the connecting screen, even though I honestly would prefer it to at this moment because we're just looking at a bunch of static. But yeah, that's what it would do, just to allow you to continue watching the show, and then once it would actually connect, it would then take you to the WebTV menu. And there we go. Yeah, here we are. This is the WebTV web home interface as it was in 1999, or at least as close to it as you can possibly get. And they've done an outstanding job. I mean, as we go through here, guys, you're going to see that this is certainly one of the coolest revival projects that I've seen in a long time. So we're going to go to WebTV, like the logo here, and click on that. And this is where you can get information about who these people are and their terms of service and their privacy policy. Now, a lot of this stuff was just in WebTV to begin with, and they've gone in and just modified it. So under About WebTV, I believe that first line there, under the title, your WebTV receivers provided by WebTV Networks Incorporated, that was probably in here originally. But then they've added their names and other credits in here, and you can see MSN Messenger service. You say, what's that about? Well, This thing has MSN Messenger support. You can connect with an escargot account, which I've done a video on escargot like back in 2020. That's a revival project for MSN Messenger. So this ties into escargot to where you can send messages to people who use escargot, which is really awesome. Terms of service. This is as of January 21st, 2022. So all of this has been updated. And it just has rules here. It tells you that this is a recreation of the WebTV service, originally hosted by WebTV Networks. And it tells you just basically don't be stupid, don't harass people, don't send spam. And privacy policy. This is where it actually says server is to recreate the 1999 WebTV experience using pages and assets from that era. Yeah, so that's your about info. It's all contained in the WebTV logo there. And we'll jump into mail. Now, as I started to mention earlier, or if I didn't, well, I'll go ahead and start saying it now, they don't have outbound email set up on this server as of yet. I believe they have talked about adding that, but it's not working now, so you're not going to be able to actually send emails to other people, and that's why your email address just shows up as michaelmjd@webtv, you know, not a proper domain. So we'll hit on begin to begin using mail. What you can do though is send messages to other WebTV users. So here's the welcome message from JarHead here. And so his address is jarhead@webtv. Before we get started, you know, I'd just like to take a moment to thank you for signing up. And it's just a little message from JarHead that, you know, talks about some things that you can do. We will go into all of this definitely. But yeah, so you could send messages. And this is one of the ways you can communicate with other people. There are a few. We'll just hit back here to get out of mail. But yeah, that's pretty much mail. We can go to addresses here. You can add people. Well, actually, we can't do that. So yeah, again, they don't have everything 100% working yet. So you'll see this WebTV ran into a technical problem every so often throughout this video as I click on things that are not properly set up and working yet. But I think if we go to right here, I think this works where you can actually write a message. So I'm not going to actually send one to JarHead, but you know, if I wanted to, I could type in JarHead's email, or not really email address, just address there, and you know, you would be able to send a message just like you would send an actual email back when WebTV was still a thing and when the original server was still around. So yeah, that's mail. Pretty self-explanatory, not a whole lot to go into there. Next up is favorites. There's also not a whole lot to go into here either, because this is where your favorites would show up. You know, as you're browsing the web, just like in any web browser, you know, you can save bookmarks or favorites as they were called in Internet Explorer. They're called favorites here as well. So, you know, we can add a folder maybe, and we can call this, you know, we'll just say A. And we'll hit continue. And I don't believe you can add favorites from here. I believe you have to do them from the web browser. So we'll come back to this. But you know, you could organize your favorites, move them around between folders. Let's see if help here works. I think this might come up with, oh yeah, the item chosen cannot be used. So that is not working, it appears. So we'll just get out of that. And yeah, the back button on the remote is extremely useful, because when you ever are like in a place where you get stuck or you get like an error message that comes up, you just hit back and it'll take you back to where you were before. So yeah, that's favorites. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Now community, this is where we get into some exciting stuff. So community is where you can get access to page builder, you can get access to the chat rooms, you can get access to the discussion boards, and what was called around town, which in this case says around Redmond because that's the default location that it has in here. And you could go in here and view weather information and just local info about stuff going on in your area. We're definitely going to come to that, but we're going to start with page builder because this is really cool. I mean, this entire thing is really cool, but page builder is especially really cool because this is the functionality that you could use to create your own website and have it published on the web. And they've recreated that functionality, so you can make a website here and it will actually be published. We're just going to go to create here, and they've got all these templates that you can choose from. They have brought over all the original ones, but not all of them are functional as of yet, but they do plan to get all of these properly working before they release the server to the public. I know that they said they set up the Halloween one, so we're going to go and select the Halloween theme, or page style rather. And we're going to make a little website here. I believe Halloween is on page, yep, there it is right here. So we'll select Halloween. I know it's a little bit past Halloween. My intention was to get this video done and published on Halloween to make this theme very fitting, but better late than never, I guess, right? So, yeah, we can, you know, customize the web page. You got a couple animated particular image types that I won't bother pronouncing to avoid a war going on in the comments. We're going to title the page. We'll call this, I don't know, let's get untitled out of there, and let's just say my website. Okay, so there's our wonderful title. We'll hit continue. Show this title on your page. Okay, great, done. And so now that will show up there. So we can add an item. And so you got picture, text, links, list, page break, and heading. So we'll go with text here. I am not going to sit here and type out an entire like description here, but you know, we'll just say like, hi, gosh, yeah, using, I really regret not getting the keyboard now. And just like that, there's our text. So yeah, you would probably need to have the keyboard to actually go through the process of creating a website without wanting to throw your remote at the TV. But you could theoretically go through and do this all with the remote if you really want to spend the time to do that. But the really cool thing I want to show you is the picture functionality. If you remember earlier on in the video, I mentioned how you can connect a game console or a VCR, whatever it might be, to this. And you can go in here to video capture and have it capture whatever that device is outputting. So I've got a Sega Dreamcast connected to this right now. Why do I have a Sega Dreamcast? Well, it relates to WebTV, and we'll talk about that later on in the video. But yeah, so I can take a freeze frame of this, or a screenshot, and I can add it to the page. So here's the Dreamcast clock set screen that's going to now put on my website. So let's see. There it is. We can add a title to this or a caption. We're not going to bother with that. We're just going to say done. There we go. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look glorious? So we've got... yeah, the other things you can add, let's go back to add an item. You've got, let's see, links. If you want to link to other websites, you can add a list. I spared you having to watch me type out each of those letters individually. So, okay, we'll hit done. And it's going to add that wonderful list to the website now underneath the underneath the Dreamcast screenshot. So yeah, there you go. You can again change the page style if you want to. We're just going to leave it on the Halloween one. And let's go to the preview. Let's preview this masterpiece. Why don't we? Look at that. Isn't that the best website you've ever seen? And you got that powered by WebTV there. And we'll actually go to publish. And so you can set a title and description. If you wanted to change the title you already set, we'll hit continue and we'll say publish. And there it is. My website is now on the web, so we can go to it right now. That's the URL. They've got the webtv.zone domain, which is pretty cool for sure. So yeah, here it is. Here's the live website on the web right now. I just really love that they've recreated this. It's super awesome because this was one of the cool things that you could do with WebTV. You could not only get you into viewing the web, but also making your own web pages as well, even though you could do a lot more with using, you know, a real computer. And even something like Microsoft Front Page, if you were just getting started, you know, you could do a lot more. There's a lot more functionality. But, I mean, for what it is, it's honestly not too bad, pretty capable. So we'll go back to the home screen here. And we'll go back to community, because next up, we've got to take a look at the Around Town menu. So we'll go into there. Now, most of the links on this page do not work properly, but you know, they're all here. This is exactly what it looked like in 1999. And in fact, some of these links, like this Classifieds 2000, is long gone now, but this still links to it. So it will try to take you to classifieds2000.com. And I wonder where this goes to now, actually. Let's see. I think it just takes you to a parked page, or maybe it was bought by some corporate entity at some point. I don't know. I actually don't think it takes you anywhere. We'll just get out of that. But yeah, so a lot of these links have not been modified. I think some of them, like if we go to dining out, I think this one takes you to, okay, yeah, it just says not found. So you'll get this message a lot as you go through here. I think movie listings, they used Movie Link back then. Publisher movielink.com is unknown. Entertainment, browse local events on City Search. Item chosen cannot be used. I think eBay will work. I mean, because obviously eBay is still around, so if it doesn't do anything else, it should just take us, or maybe, okay, not found, so it doesn't work. WebTV.monster.com, so yeah, that is an original link that was in here, not available anymore. Find businesses with zip2, item chosen cannot be used. So yeah, like I said, most of this stuff does not work. I think the only thing that's current information is the weather. So of course it's set to Redmond, Washington. We can change this maybe to New York City. Let's go all the way over here and enter in zip code 10001, and we'll change city, or hit continue first rather, and then change city, and it will update that information for us. And that is accurate. Today is Monday when I'm recording this video, and the high in New York was 77, the low is 52. Tuesday, the high is 57, the low is, well, it's saying 44 here, but close enough. Wednesday, high of 54, it says 56, low of 40, it says 39. So yeah, I mean, it's accurate, it's current information, so there you go. We'll get out of that. Chat, let's go into the chat rooms here. I think they've got a few set up in here. So we can go to WebTV, and here we are. So there's no one else in this room right now, but I'll just send a quick message here. Say hi. Next up is news, but I believe this actually takes you to the current chat room. So we can create a new chat room if we want to here. I don't know if this actually works, but let's just try to create a room called hi, and we'll just make a room topic called hi, and we'll hit continue and create room. Oh, look at that, we just made a room. Okay, so I can go in here and say hi. And we'll send that. There we go. So yeah, of course I'm the only person in here, but, or it just says the room is empty. Apparently I'm not even in this room. But yeah, so that's chatting. They also have IRC support. So let's go in here, and apparently there's 6 people in here. Look at that. Okay, so let's view the people list here and see. Oh my gosh, well that's more than 6 people, definitely. So let's go to Whisper here and see if it actually is able to pull up the names of every person in here. I have a feeling this might break something. Oh, there it is. It came up. Okay, so it was just a bit of a delay, but Alabama. Gosh, okay, what a great name. And AGD has left the room. There are 1,606 people in this room. Oh my gosh, can I actually hit the back button? There we go. Yeah, the WebTV box was kind of lagging there. It was not responding to my inputs as quickly as it was before. So we'll just back out of that, and we'll go to home. The last thing in here is discuss. These are pretty close to like forums or message boards where, you know, you've got different categories here. You see they've they've definitely modified some of this. So we'll go into the hacking room. So you see we've got some banter from the WebTV custom server developers here. Let's just go into this one. I believe this is, yeah, this is the one that plays the, oh my gosh. So yeah, there is MIDI support, by the way, if you didn't know that. So you can play MIDIs. There is a background music option, but I just haven't turned it on because unfortunately a lot of the MIDIs that they used are in the Content ID system now. So that means that, you know, the Music Mafia would be after me if I played them on here. Yeah, those are the discussion boards. You can search for stuff if you want to down here. And yeah, I think all groups. Will this take you to... Oh, it'll just do that. Okay, WebTV ran into a technical problem. Okay, so we'll just exit and get out of that. So yeah, that is everything under the Community tab. And next up, I believe, is Search. So this, I believe, is the original search page, but they have modified it to use Action Retro's Frog Find instead of InfoSeek, which you can see up there is what it was originally powered by. So we can do a search here for... I don't know, let's do YouTube maybe. Oh gosh, that's going to be a joy to type out. Okay. And yeah, it's search results. We can try to go to about.youtube, and there it is. It pulls up using FrogFind. That's one of the nice things about FrogFind, is it will attempt to display the page without going to the page that you're not going to be able to load anyway, because this web browser is, you know, far out of date. But yeah, so you got your results there. We'll just get out of that and go back. And these categories here, some of these work, I believe some of them don't. Like, let's try shopping here. Sorry, WebTV machine. Okay, I've not seen that one before, so that's pretty great. It actually scrolls. They've got like a marquee going on. WebTV machine broke. Okay. So yeah, you can click on, like, we'll go into kids here, and you got, like, you know, there would have been like kid friendly websites in here, I assume. So I think the search will just be the same thing as on the main page. So let's try to go to just YouTube again. But yeah, you see featured kids sites, nothing shows up. This should just take you to FrogFind again. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we'll get out of that. And let's try travel. We got some air travel, some business travel, cruises, lodging, travel.org. Item chosen cannot be used. So yeah, a lot of this stuff, the links are just broken, and they're still in the process. I mean, I don't know what they're really going to do with this, if they're even going to keep this categories thing here. I would think that they would, if they're going for trying to recreate the service as it was originally, but I mean, maybe they would just like populate it with links here. So this bar underneath is where, like, you can switch back to TV home. There is a button on your remote. There's the view button. If you press that, it'll do the same thing. It'll swap between TV home and web home. So that's how you can easily get access to that. Add user, if you want to add another user to your account, you could do that from here. So, you know, we could add, I don't know if they have this working. Oh, maybe they do. Settings here. This is where you can update your mail settings, change your password. You can set up options for your TV here. Some of this is what we saw on the TV home, the settings menu in that. And music, this is where you can play the background music I was talking about. And printing. If you remember, there is a printer port on the back of this thing, so theoretically, I mean, maybe they will add printing support. I don't know, because I believe there were only specific printers you could use with WebTV. But in the meantime, yep. So, I honestly wish that I did not click on this until I was recording, because I was doing this off camera, going through and like getting familiar with this, and I just burst out laughing when I heard this. I thought it was so funny. So yeah, they've got a never gonna give you up MIDI in here. So yeah, we'll just let this play for a little while here. Hopefully the Music Mafia won't pick up on it. But yeah. Oh, it already quit. Yeah, well, since it's not like one of the background songs, it just quits when we get off of that screen, or stops playing. Oh my gosh, there it is. We can change it to QWERTY. Holy crap. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Okay, well, evidently I missed that when I was going through. So we can change it to QWERTY. Oh my gosh, that makes my life so much easier. Okay, and yeah, Messenger. So this is where you can set up MSN Messenger. So first we have to turn it on. So, and then it will pop up, and we don't have an account added in here yet, so we need to do that. But let me just hit back so that we can actually hit change your account. And let me log into a demo escargot account that I made. Alright, so I stepped away for a bit to set up the MSN Messenger stuff, and check this out. I haven't seen this before. You got a nice little screensaver here with 3 WebTV logos bouncing around, so that's pretty nice. We'll go ahead and get out of that, and it looks like we have to reconnect. So we'll do that. And there we go, we're back online just like that. So let's go back down to settings here. And you see right there at the bottom, we get a notification that says I've been added to the buddy list of Michael MJD, which is my main escargot account. So we're going to hit the option button on the remote. And I believe we go to Messenger right here. It should bring it up for us, and it'll say you're now on Michael MJD's buddy list. If you'd like to allow Michael MJD to know when you're connected to WebTV, choose allow. We'll say yes, and we'll say make buddy. And now, check that out. So I've got JarHead in here because he was messaging me on this off camera just to test it out. But yeah, so I can go to my account here, and I can send a message. So we'll say hi. So we'll hit continue, and we'll hit send. Oh, and it's actually going to show up as Michael MJD because that's my name that I put in when we registered for WebTV, but the username on this account is not Michael MJD. But let me go to my computer where I've got my Michael MJD Messenger account signed in and send another message back. And well, would you look at that, the message was a bit too long there apparently for it to show up just on one line, but you know, I could send another message back. We'll just say, you know, QWERTY, I don't know, QWERTY, continue, because it is the far superior keyboard layout compared to just A through Z. And yeah, there you go. I mean, it's pretty awesome to have Messenger working on here. And yeah, this options button on the remote, it's this one right here. When you press that, that's what brings up this little menu bar here. And it just pretty much gives you quick access to various areas of WebTV. So you got find, info, go to, save, send. You've got, again, Messenger, print, hang up, reload, or picture in picture. So we can turn on picture in picture here. And there you go. If I actually had this connected to a cable box or a satellite box or just an antenna, you know, we'd be seeing a TV station here. So yeah, that's how you turn on picture in picture. We'll go ahead and turn that off. I think find here will take you to the oh, it's okay, finding on page. That makes sense. So yeah, I actually haven't really messed around with this bar very much. I think info, will that come up? Okay, settings. So since this is like an internal page, it just says address WebTV network. But if we were on like a web page, it would, I assume, display like the URL and that sort of thing. Go to is probably going to be a quick, yep, just address bar there. We can quickly get to another website. And we'll, oh, whoops, I hit the view button. Now we're back in TV home there. Didn't mean to do that. Save is, yeah, if you want to save the page. And oh yeah, by the way, going back to the favorites that I mentioned earlier, this is how you save favorites. We can save it to that A folder that I made. So we can save settings in there. If you really want to do that, well, you can, and you get that nice little animation there. And send, I think, is for sending an email. Whoops, not save. Go back. Let's try that again. Page cannot be sent because it's part of WebTV. Okay, so we'll have to try that when we're actually on the web. But yeah, so that's Messenger. And let's move on to account. Now, this is where you can modify your account settings so you can view your subscriber info, how you pay if you actually paid for WebTV. But yeah, you can change, you know, that information that we supplied during the setup process. You can modify that here. You can add a password if you want. I wonder if there's a, yeah, features not available. That makes sense, because I was like, I wonder if they actually had like some sort of billing statement, just, you know, template that they had in here. I think how you pay won't do anything either. And help, I believe, will take you to, you know what, this might not work. I don't know if the help thing works. It's just sitting here on contacting service. Let me back up and try it again. Yeah, I don't think they've got this properly working yet, but you can assume it would take you to some help documentation, how to use WebTV. But we can jump down here to these two boxes. This is it kind of alternates between today and news, today and shopping. So right now, this is the shopping, which WebTV receiver special deal, buy one, get one 0% off. The WebTV shopping guarantee. You will soon... You will get your info stolen, guaranteed, or will personally take your money instead. I've seen some of these boxes where they've modified the text with some pretty hilarious stuff. So yeah, that's an example of that there. Get a credit card. That's a terrible idea. I don't know what that guy's on about. Buy groceries. No. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Coupons, stop it. Check a merchant. Stop trying to access 20-year-old sites. And more. This might... Oh, I think this takes you to the things to try page. Yeah. Now this was, if you remember, on the search page we were at before, this was one of those options. But I think most of these just take you to, like, I mean, let's say get maps and directions. I think this will actually just bring you to Bing Maps, which of course didn't exist at this time. So it's just pulling the modern, you know, website, whatever link that it went to, got redirected however many times to now go to Bing Maps, which of course is not going to show up properly, so we're not even going to attempt to try and load it here. But yeah, so that's the things to try screen. And then down here at the bottom, you've got shortcuts to WebTV Today, news, help, entertainment, and we had this same stuff on the home screen as well. Like if I go back to, let's back up here a minute. You see at the bottom here we have those same links. So we'll actually go to WebTV Today since that's shown up here in the center box. But we could also get to it by just clicking that link down there. And it says first update in 9 months. So yeah, this is an actual update log from the developers. I believe JarHead specifically wrote this. So I didn't update this for 9 months. Wait, has it really been that long? Most of you are probably aware of the changes in the past 9 months, but I need content. So, and then it talks about mail. You can now send mail to other users on the server. Not really much to say about this one, except that you'll hopefully be able to send and receive mail outside the server soon as well. So yeah, that is still, it still has to be implemented. And so yeah, discuss web proxy. So these are the things that they had added in the last update, which apparently was in January, though I think they've made modifications to it since then. Certainly, from what they've told me, they just I guess haven't gone in here and updated this and put out another Club WebTV latest news post. So yeah, that's WebTV Today, or that's the Club WebTV section of WebTV Today. This is a tip. Okay, hang up and hang on. Found out how to disconnect without losing your place. Oh, and this is talking about the hang-up feature, but I guess there's other tips in here, and I think these are standard, like these haven't been modified by them. Yeah, sending email, web TV equipment billing. Let's go into the billing section. Check your balance. Check your billing statement. Try it is probably not going to do anything. Yeah, service could not find the requested page. Let's try these side options here. I wonder if they've made any changes to these. Oh, the tips index is where we just were. Let me get back out of that. Let's try chat and discuss. That should bring you to, oh, I guess it doesn't. I think normally that would bring you to the, like, community area. You can check horoscopes. I think this attempts to, no, it doesn't. Well, yeah, it does. It tries to take you to webtv.astroadvice.com. Get lottery results, because, you know, there was that record Powerball drawing the other day. So let's get those results, though yeah, just not going to work in this case. Search white pages, whowhere.com. which it actually takes you to, and whowhere.com is a totally awesome idea still being worked on. I guess this is a parked page, probably. Who's this parked by? Let's see. Hover. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to back out of that because that ain't going to really help us at all. Use yellow pages. And that just brings you to around town. Okay, so we'll back out of that. But yeah, so you've got, you know, a couple options here on the side menu. And today in news. So this is actually... and there is a main screen that we can go to, but this is just like a summary view here. It does actually pull modern, like current news headlines, current sports headlines, I believe current entertainment headlines as well, and shopping headlines are temporarily unavailable. But let's go to news here. And yeah, so there you go. It's pulling current news headlines, I believe from MSNBC. Though, actually, no, I think these, like, let's go to this one here. I believe it pulls from, okay, yeah, New York Times, and you see it pulls it up in Frog Find here. But it used to, I mean, obviously with this being Microsoft and their partnership, or, I mean, they helped to create MSNBC, that's why MSN is in the name, though they don't have anything to do with it anymore. But back then, all the news headlines were pulled from MSNBC, and when you would click on this link, it would take you to more news at MSNBC. I think this still will take you to MSNBC. I don't think this was modified to take you to the New York Times or any other news source, but let's see. Yeah, it's just going to load MSNBC, which is not going to display properly, so we'll just back out of that. And then, yeah, you've got local weather here, your forecast. So it's these options down here that I was talking about that will take you to the pages that we were just looking at. So like sports, we haven't gone to sports yet. Let's see what this does. I believe this will pull, yeah, like current sports headlines here, so we can select this one. I believe it also pulls, although does it pull from the New York Times? Yes, it does. Look at that. So there you go. And money. Top stories. Stock quotes are temporarily unavailable, so I guess they still have some work to do in here. But let's play trivia. I don't know. Let's see if that does anything. WebTV.buzztime.com is unknown. Alright, so yeah, I guess it tried to go to there, which evidently doesn't exist anymore. We also have this free newsletter, which I think just brings you to the Club WebTV thing. Yeah, so this is that same update log that we read before. So, you know, I think the only thing that we haven't really done is actually browse the web. So why don't we do that? I'm going to go ahead and press the options button on the remote again to bring up this menu, and we'll go to the go to button, and let's select, let's bring up that keyboard here. Let's go to the old net, why not? And would you look at that, there we are. So, you know, it's the old net just as you've seen it before. Of course, it looks like the animations here are not really... Oh, some of them are. Actually, we probably have to go to the light version for low memory systems, so let's do that. Because it's definitely lagging here. I'm having trouble moving around. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. So, yeah, you see how much faster it scrolls down here. So, yeah, I mean, it's the old net just as you've seen it before, just, of course, running through WebTV here. And what we can do is add this as a favorite, why not? So let's save that. And there we go, saving in favorites. And let's also go back to that send option. So now we actually get this option here, send by electronic mail. So you would type in an email address, or in this case, just somebody else's WebTV username at WebTV to send a message to them. And you could edit the message as well. I assume add a little piece of text or something. Oh, it's just going to take you to the email program, I think. Yep, there it is. Included page right there, so you could type a message. Even in its current state, this is an incredible revival project, and I think it's going to be really awesome to see this thing get publicly released. But we're not quite done yet, because I've got one more thing to show you. Earlier on in this video, I mentioned Doom, and oh yeah, we've got Doom working on WebTV. Just not this particular box, because we got to swap out this WebTV box with this Gex TV box. That's right, this right here is the rarest of the rare, the most sought after WebTV box in existence. Okay, of course not really. This right here comes to me as a viewer donation from Lily, who is apparently a Gex fan. And I want to thank Lily very much because having this box proved extremely helpful in my testing off camera, because I wanted to avoid plugging in the new old stock box until I was able to get everything set up on video. And one of the things I did off camera is I took apart both of these boxes so that I could image the hard drives inside of them, because JarHead and Nitrate92 wanted images of them to see, at least in the case of this box in particular, since it was actually connected to WebTV before this was actually used, if there was anything on the hard drive that could be valuable, archive worthy, or perhaps could assist them in creating the custom server. So I did that, and JarHead provided me a hard disk image with Doom and You Don't Know Jack so that I could write that to the hard drive in our Gex TV box right here. Now, what's unique about these games is they were only available, officially at least, to people who had an EchoStar Dish Player WebTV box. Now, the EchoStar Dish Player was made in partnership with Dish Network, the satellite TV company, and it's essentially a Dish satellite box with WebTV functionality. So if you subscribed to Dish and you got one of those boxes, you could get access to these games. But back sometime in the late 90s / early 2000s, a group of people in the WebTV hacking scene were able to get into an internal WebTV service called Test Drive, which stored Doom, You Don't Know Jack, and apparently a MAME port as well. And unfortunately, I don't have that working, but we do have Doom and You Don't Know Jack, so we're going to go ahead and power on our Gex TV box right here, and we'll take a look at that. Now, we don't even have to connect to the custom server. In fact, I don't even have the phone line plugged into it, so we're just going to hit the view button here to swap over to the TV view. And you see on the side, oh, well, now it's going to swap back here momentarily and say that the phone line seems to be in use. So we're just going to go to options here and then go back to our TV mode. And you see here on the left side, there is this additional games menu that we didn't have on the other box. So if I go into this, would you look at that? We've got You Don't Know Jack and Doom. So let's just hop into Doom here. Now, the best part about this is that since I don't have the keyboard, we got to use the remote here to play Doom, which is literally the funniest thing ever. I did a little bit of this off camera. It is so obnoxious, and I thought it would make a great portion of this video here. So, yeah, there you go. We'll hit OK, and we'll go to new game. Knee deep in the dead, hurt me plenty, that's fine. I should probably put it on I'm Too Young to Die, because it is literally, like, it is impossible, downright impossible to play this. Because, like, you can hold the forward button, sort of. No, you can't. Like, you can't really hold it, because it just stops. Like, I'm holding down the back button, and you see, like, let me go to the side here. You see how it's, like, jittery? Like, it's pressing and, like, depressing or unpressing, whatever it is. Like, it's just like I'm pressing it when I'm holding it down. It only stays pressed for a certain amount of time. And the center button, I believe, is to shoot. So, I mean, the fact that they even, like, let you play it with the remote is just so hilarious to me. Because I don't know who would ever want to do this. There's no way you're going to be able to get through this game. It's so bad. It's so obnoxious. So let's just try to... let's just see how far we can get. It's like, because you can only... I mean, you almost need to have, like, another hand on the fire button. I know you can't really see this right now. Because if you, like, you have to, like, if you want to fire, you have to take your finger off of the button in the direction you're moving. And, oh, how do you, open doors? Is that... Let's see, that might be, oh gosh, how do you open doors? I don't even know how you do this. Scroll? Home, I think, is going to take you home. How exactly do you open doors? Okay, oh, it is the home button. Look at that. Okay. So, this is just going to be so bad. Oh my gosh. Die! Die! No! Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's slowly go up here. Okay, let's turn all the way around here. It's so obnoxious. Okay, we got another guy here. Oh my gosh. I can't get in the center. I want to get in the center of those two movements. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is like downright impossible. Oh no. Oh no. The guy up there is gonna... Oh no, I can't get out of the way fast enough. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. Oh no, no, this way, this way. Okay, so home is here. Okay. I think I may actually be able to get through the first level if I don't get shot, like, right in the face. Okay. And this is not even the hardest difficulty. Like, can you imagine doing this on the hardest difficulty? I think You Don't Know Jack is definitely going to be a lot more pleasant to experience. And, okay, we're almost there. Come on. Okay, let's go over here and hit the... Oh my gosh. Alright, what was the time? Let's see what this was. 83% kills, 21% items, 0% secret. Par is 35 seconds. The time is 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Oh my gosh. So, okay, let's maybe go through one more level here. Gosh, like... I just am imagining somebody, like, this is their first ever time discovering Doom, is on their WebTV box, and all they have is the remote. And they're actually, like, and they think this is how it was meant to be played. That's what I'm imagining right now. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? This level's gonna... this level's gonna suck to go through. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I think I'm gonna die before I'm able to complete this. Go this way! I've got 24 health. Okay, so I gotta find a health pack around here. Okay, there's the key card. It's been a while since I've played this Doom level. Okay, good. Here's a health pack over here. Whoever decided to do this said, yeah, you know what? We're gonna put Doom on WebTV. Like, brilliant idea, but... I mean, it nowhere in the about thing does it mention you should probably have the keyboard to play Doom. It doesn't even mention it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so dead. I am so dead. I've got 15% health. There's... Oh my gosh, how did I... Oh, here, okay. They're over here. No. No! Okay. Well... I think that pretty much sums up Doom on WebTV. So let's, I think you hit exit here, or I think, how do you bring up the menu? I think it's, how do you bring up the menu? It's not view, I think it's options, okay. So, we'll go to, oh yeah, let's save the game, definitely. Oh no, how do you type? It doesn't bring up the on-screen keyboard. You can't even type in a name. Can you put, oh, okay, you can put, you can use, like, can use the numpad or the number buttons on the remote to save, or to type out a name. Okay, that's the best we can do. So, okay, we'll hit, view, options, no, I want to select that. Okay, we'll say 1, and then do we hit select again? Oh, you probably hit the enter button on the remote, yeah. Okay, so yeah, the enter button on the remote is, well, enter. So okay, we'll go back to options, and let's read this. I wonder if this was changed. No, that I think is the standard controls thing. Let's go to quit game. Go ahead and leave, see if I care. So here we're back at the games menu. Let's go into You Don't Know Jack, and I actually have not played You Don't Know Jack on here before, so... Let's just see what we're gonna get ourselves into. In fact, you know, I don't think I've ever played You Don't Know Jack at all. I've done the Jackbox Party Pack, but I've never done You Don't Know Jack in the Jackbox Party Pack. My friends and I would usually do Quiplash. Alright, so I think, do we hit 1? Because I don't see like a selector box. Let's just hit 1. Okay, yeah, you just have to hit the 1 button. Oh my gosh. Oh, resume play. Oh my gosh, all this talking is driving me nuts. Okay, what did I just do? How do I get out of this? Where's the R button? What is the R button? Can we hit back? How do I get out of this?
I gotta fix these calluses pronto.
Oh my gosh, I literally can't get out of this. Because I tried to hit the center button, and that brought up this menu. I think, is it frozen? What the heck is going on? How do I get out of this? I'm just mashing buttons on this controller right now. I think it literally froze up. Because the sound stopped. I think it actually froze up. Alright, let's, let's turn it off. Is he even going to respond to the power button? I don't think it is. I'm holding down the power button, and it's not doing anything. I think I might have to hard reset this. Alright, so we'll hit 1.
Got it. Short, easy to spell. Type in your name, please.
1.
Coming soon.
Okay, now how do I confirm it? Because it's not the center button. Is it... Oh, okay. It's just...
Hit the letter B. B as in veggie burger.
Well, I don't have... I don't know what B corresponds to in this remote here.
Left. 20 seconds. All right, listen up. As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then you have to hit the number that corresponds to the answer you want. Got that?
10 seconds.
Oh yeah, so how do we buzz in? This is gonna be a disaster. This is literally gonna be so bad.
Let's make this one sparkle.
Try new Crackney.
Got our remote at the ready. Yeah, I have never played this before. I'm literally experiencing You Don't Know Jack for the first time on frickin' WebTV. I mean, I know it's a trivia game. That's as much as I know about it.
Please feel free to keep them to yourself. Anyway, the game of solitaire. That's okay. I'm here alone too. Here alone. So let's get it on.
Okay, so
category.
do you hit? Let's okay, a big southwestern greeting. Okay, so you hit 1. Okay. Question
All right,
1.
here's the deal. A big southwestern greeting. $1,000 at stake on this one. All right, suppose you're in a convenience store in Tempe, Arizona. You see the Raising Arizona character portrayed by your old friend Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
What
gosh.
do you yell across the store to get his attention?
I've never
Hello,
seen
hi,
Raising
howdy,
Arizona.
howdy, hey, or, hey,
Okay, I don't know. Hi, howdy?
hi, howdy. That answers a bunch of duty.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
It would have
wrong.
been so beautiful if you'd only picked this.
Hello,
Nicolas
hi.
Cage's character is named H.I. McDonough, but everybody calls him Hi. And the players on his softball team are who, what, and I don't know. Hey, stick around. We're going to be back with more You Don't Know Jack right after these messages.
Well, this definitely you could play with the remote, because you're just hitting 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that, I mean, that's not a problem at all. But I don't know what I did that caused it to completely
Alright,
screw
hit
up. When, like, I just hit the center button, it decided to freeze on me. Okay, I don't know. For those about to rock, let's hit 3. Question 2.
Coming at you, for those about to rock, 2 G's if you get this one right. Fire up those frontal lobes. Here's the question.
Okay.
If Nigel from Mrs. Spinal Tap had a girlfriend who had the same characteristics as his special amp, what
I've
would
not
you say
seen
about his
this.
current old
I've
lady?
not
I
seen
share with
this.
The band. She's cordless. She gives absolutely no feedback. Or she's one
Same
better than a
characteristics. What
10.
might you say about his current? I have no idea. I'm gonna go 2.
Oh,
I
yeah,
literally.
that's really wrong.
That is wrong.
Let's take a look at the right answer. In Spinal Tap,
She's
Nigel
one
makes
better
that
than a
not big
10,
deal out of
okay.
the fact that his amp goes up to 11, and to
I
see his
s-
girlfriend goes to
So
11,
far, it's
I
like
wish
questions
one of
from
her
2 movies that I've never seen. Okay.
Now check it out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Okay, tell me, what famous movie phrase does this rhyme with? Kissed film as hot, wet, inmate wed. And hey there, don't be fooled by the punctuation.
Oh, so you have to buzz in and then... Oh, how do you buzz in?
Previews say this if the MPAA.
How do you
hasn't
buzz
seen
in?
the film.
What do you do? How do you buzz in?
True, I won't
The center
wait
button?
for performance.
No! No, not this again! It just locked up again. I'm like, how do you buzz in? I don't know what B is on the remote. I was pressing everything. And then I'm like, is it the center button? And of course, no, it's not the frickin' center button. It's the... Oh, God. So now we're just locked up again. Okay, so... You've got 2 choices. Doom, playing with the remote, is awful, but it works. Or You Don't Know Jack, you can play with the remote just fine, but if you accidentally press the center button, you're screwed and you have to unplug your box and plug it back in for it to actually work again. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I think that is a good stopping point for this video. We certainly covered a lot. There was one additional thing that I wanted to show you guys, but I think I'm just going to save it for a dedicated video, and that is WebTV on your Dreamcast. It was a thing only in Japan though, but it was a thing nonetheless, and it works with this custom server. So definitely stay tuned to the channel for that, because I'm just going to make that into a dedicated video because, well, I think it would be more appropriate than adding it on to this already really long video. So there you have it, guys. That is the WebTV custom server in all of its glory. I want to again give a huge thank you to JarHead and Nitrate92 for giving me early access to this, and a huge thank you to all of you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff, and as always, I will see you all in the next video.